Hello everyone, this is Group 24 from the 200 level accounting department, and the video you're about to watch discusses on how to develop a business message. I'll start by giving the definition of a business message, and then my group members will take turns in presenting the subsequent subtopic. A business message refers to how brands initiate and respond to their customers through various messaging channels, and we have the processes of writing this business message, which is the very first subtopic.
The writing process for developing a business message typically involves the following steps. 1. Analyzing the audience. Before you start writing, it is essential for you to consider who your target audience is. You should have a clear understanding of their needs, expectation, and knowledge level, as this will affect your tone, your style, and the content of your message. The second step is to determine the purpose of your message, whether it's to persuade, instruct, or request something from your audience, because having a clear understanding of the message goal will help you craft a more effective message.
Third step is to gather information. Once you know your audience and your purpose of writing, you should gather all relevant information necessary for the support of your message. And this might include data, statistics, research findings, or other relevant information. The fourth step is to gather your main thoughts and your main ideas before you start writing. This might involve creating an outline or a mind map to help you structure your message. The fifth step is to write a draft. And when drafting, your main focus should be on communicating your message clearly and concisely. You should avoid jargons or overly complex language that might confuse your audience.
The sixth step is editing and revising your message. After drafting your message, you have to edit and revise your message, looking for errors in grammars, pronunciation, and spellings. And you also have to make sure that the message is clear and easy to understand. Now let's move on to finalizing the message. You have to format it using appropriate methods, which includes the use of headings, bullet points, and so on. And you have to proofread for the very last time to make sure that it's visually appealing and understanding. And note that editing and revising your message gives the chance of previewing the message before the eventual reader. And note that editing and revising your message can transform a mediocre first draft into a final excellent sheet.
The second subtopic is explanation of the key concepts of writing process. We have 4 key concepts of writing process: pre-writing, drafting, revising and redrafting, proofreading and editing. The first concept, pre-writing. Pre-writing involves coming up with a topic and research. Once you know your topic, you do your research on relevant resources needed for the topic. And these relevant resources can either be primary resources or secondary resources. Then drafting. Drafting is writing the main body text of your topic and leaving the introduction for later until you understand the text you are writing.
Moving on to the third subtopic, we are talking about the writing process. The writing process can be divided into 5 stages. The first stage is the pre-writing process. Then the second stage is the research. The third, drafting. The fourth, revising. And the last, the proofreading and the editing. Then you have the pre-writing process, the pre-writing stage. The pre-writing stage is the stage where the writer thinks and brainstorms on the topic he wants to talk about. He considers the reader and also looks for a way to organize the ideas in one.
Stage 2, which is the research stage. This is the stage that involves in-depth analysis and getting information together about what the writer wants to achieve. In this stage, there are processes to be followed. First, the writer needs to list out the place he would find this information. It could be outsourcing it through the internet, through books, through library, and so on. Then secondly, he needs to do the research. What are we talking about? After outsourcing where he wants to get information from, the writer can start doing his research. Nextly is to evaluate his source of information. The writer is to check the authenticity and of the information he is about to put out there. Then next is to make an outline which will enable him organize his research. That is, he should make a proper outline detailing what he got from the research, which will enable him in the writing process. 3. Drafting. This is the process of penning down the ideas gotten from the research made earlier. That is, a writer is to bring together all relevant points made from his research, explaining and supporting the ideas, connecting them together in order to bring out a rough sketch of what the writer has in mind for his audience. In this stage, writings in sentences, paragraphs, even if they are not perfect, that is, sentences, spelling errors, and grammatical errors are not penalized. Put the information you have researched into an essay accurately without plagiarizing it. I'll read what you have written to make sure it represents what you have in mind. That is, evaluate everything you have written to make sure it projects what you want to say to your audience and its target. Then read again.
Before you have revising. Revising is the key to an efficient written document because it is at this stage you look deeply into the reader's expectation and pay more attention to the construction of the sentence, the punctuation, the grammatical spellings, and the likes of them. In revising has to do with more of an overview. It's going back to check whatever draft you've written out for your write-up. Stage 5, you have editing and proofreading. Editing and proofreading, as it involves like checking the sentences, checking the punctuations, the capitalizations, the font style that you want to use for a sentence. And editing and proofreading are always done after the draft.
Now to the last subtopic, we are going to mention the basic tasks involved in carrying out each of the writing process stages mentioned in the third subtopic. The first stage was pre-writing. In pre-writing, the following 4 tasks must be carried out. First, listing all vital information. 2, clustering ideas. 3, making research on information. 4, brainstorming. Now, I'll be explaining each of the tasks I mentioned. Listening is a process of producing a lot of information within a short time by generating some broad ideas and then building on those associations for more details with a bullet point. Clustering, also called mind mapping or idea mapping, is a strategy that follows you to explore the relationship between ideas. Researching is a vital aspect of the writing process, but it can also be a very effective writing technique. As you read books and articles about your topic, take note about the information as well as your reaction and opinions. Now let's talk about brainstorming. Brainstorming is a process where you quickly verbalize or write all your thoughts as they occur to you. Though you can brainstorm without writing your thoughts down, keeping a record make it easier to keep them on track.
The second stage is drafting. In drafting, these 4 tasks must be carried out. 1, identify your audience so as to provide the right details. 2, thinking, note-taking, summarizing, and brainstorming. 3, no more research should be carried out in drafting, it should be done after. And 4, you seek for appropriate feedback. The third stage is revising. In revising, these tasks must also be carried out. 1, check your work for grammar and sentence structure. 2, check your information to ensure the facts are accurate.
The last stage is editing and proofreading, and this involves checking the structure of the text, looking for grammatical and spelling errors, ensuring that the document does what it is designed to do. And we have 3 basic tasks in editing and proofreading, which is line editing, copy editing, and proofreading. And in line editing, this is the revising of language, including sentences and paragraph structure, to ensure that the text communicates the content effectively. Copy editing. This involves making changes to individual sentences and words. It is generally designed to ensure that correct grammar, formatting, and spelling has been used. It also includes checking the style against any requirements, such as a style manual or publisher's house style. 4. Proofreading. This is the final stage of editing, and it is designed to pick up any remaining errors, including spelling mistakes, inconsistent styles, or formatting errors. It is effective to final check on all the stages of editing. In conclusion, following all the steps outlined in this video will help you in making a more concrete business message. Thank you.